The conflict between Syria and Israel has spanned over 7 decades, driven by territorial disputes, shifting alliances, and regional power struggles. It is a history marked by war, diplomacy, and the relentless struggle for control, particularly over the strategic Golan Heights. The roots of the conflict date back to the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, which erupted after the United Nations proposed the partition of Palestine, creating both a Jewish and an Arab state. When Israel declared its independence on May 14, 1948, neighboring Arab countries, including Syria, immediately launched a military intervention to prevent its establishment. Syria, alongside Egypt, Jordan, Iraq, and Lebanon, fought against Israel. The war ended in 1949 with an armistice. But Syria, like the other Arab states, did not recognize Israel. The Golan Heights, a crucial region, remained under Syrian control, but Israel expanded its territory. In 1956, the Suez Crisis tested regional stability once again. Egypt's nationalization of the Suez Canal prompted Israel to launch an invasion with the support of Britain and France. While Syria did not directly engage in combat, it supported Egypt. The conflict further entrenched tensions in the Middle East, but did not lead to a direct war between Syria and Israel. In 1967, the Middle East was on the brink of another war. Fearing a coordinated attack, Israel launched a preemptive strike against Egypt, Jordan, and Syria, which led to the Six-Day War. Syria was swiftly defeated, and Israel captured the Golan Heights, a territory Syria had considered vital to its defense. This defeat left Syria with deep resentment and set the stage for future confrontations. Six years later, Syria and Egypt launched a surprise attack on Israel during the Yom Kippur holiday, hoping to reclaim lost territories. The Syrian forces focused on the Golan Heights, while Egypt targeted the Sinai Peninsula. While Syria made initial gains, Israel's military responded fiercely. Despite the intense fighting, Syria was unable to recapture the Golan Heights, though the war paved the way for future peace talks. After the war, Syria and Israel sought peace, but the status of the Golan Heights remained a contentious issue. Syria demanded its return as a condition for peace, while Israel refused, citing the region's strategic importance. Diplomatic efforts continued through the 1980s and 1990s, but no agreement was reached. The question of the Golan Heights lingered, and relations between the two nations remained tense. In the 1980s and 90s, the conflict spread beyond Syria and Israel's borders. Syria, deeply involved in the Lebanese civil war, became a key player in the region. Syria supported Hezbollah, a militant group that fought against Israeli occupation in southern Lebanon. In response, Israel launched military operations in Lebanon, aiming to curb Syrian and Hezbollah influence. The 2000 Israeli withdrawal from southern Lebanon ended a lengthy occupation, but did not resolve the underlying tensions with Syria. In 2011, the outbreak of the Syrian civil war drastically changed the landscape of the conflict. While Israel did not directly engage, it began to conduct military operations in Syria, targeting Iranian and Hezbollah positions near the Golan Heights. Syria's alignment with Iran and Russia and the growing presence of Iranian-backed forces raised Israeli concerns. The Golan Heights, now a region of strategic importance, remained a flashpoint for Israeli-Syrian tensions. Today, Syria remains a staunch ally of Iran and Hezbollah, while Israel maintains its military dominance in the Golan Heights. Tensions continue to simmer, with periodic military skirmishes and Israeli airstrikes aimed at disrupting Iranian and Hezbollah operations in Syria. The Golan Heights remains a crucial piece of real estate, both for military and water resources. Despite peace talks in the past, Syria and Israel have yet to find a lasting resolution to their rivalry. The The Syrian-Israeli conflict is defined by war, diplomacy, and the struggle for control over a contested territory. While direct warfare has lessened in recent decades, the broader regional dynamics continue to shape relations, leaving the future of the Golan Heights and the peace between these two nations uncertain.